guys, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Ege and this is a book haul. So anyway guys, first of all, I'm filming this video really close to the wall and my house is close to the road, so you're going to be hearing cars and moving vehicles basically passing by. So anyway, this is a book haul and we're going to be hauling some of the books I've gotten in, I think it's more than 6 months at this point. So we're overdue for a book haul, and the last time I did a book haul was over 6 months ago, probably close to 7 or 8 months. I'm not really sure of how long, but it's been a while guys since we did a book haul, and I have been buying books, so I haven't talked about any of these books since I got them. So I'm just here to do a quick book haul. Let's just get it out of the way and move on with life. So anyway, I have 41 books here with me to haul, and yeah, I didn't buy all these books in a day, a week, or a month. It has been months, over 6 months. That's the time I used to accumulate these books. And today we're going to just talk about all the books I've gotten in the last 6 or 7 months, except for the books I got at Arcade Festival, which has a vlog of its own, a video of its own. And by the way, if you've not watched my Arcade Festival videos, the book haul or the vlog, go and watch it guys, because it's really fun. You have a good time watching it, guaranteed. So I got the Mistborn trilogy. So I got the Empire, the Final Empire, the Well of Ascension, and Hero of Ages by Brandon Sanderson. Or should I use this hand? Yes, I got them by Brandon Sanderson. This is a series that I've been intrigued by. I've been wanting to read since I joined the bookish community in general, which I guess you can say since 2019. So I finally have my hands on this series. I've always wanted to read books by Brandon Sanderson. I'm currently reading Elantris. I'm not done. I started at the beginning of this year and I'm still not done. But anyway, I'm currently reading that. I want to read all the books in Cosmere series, which is this world. For people who don't know what it is, this world created by this author, and all his books, I believe all his books so far are within this world. So basically I want to read all Brandon Sanderson books. Yeah. Anyway, so I got the trilogy. I think, yeah, this is I believe from all the videos I've watched, this is where you start from if you want to read the Cosmere series. So we're starting the journey. Then the next book I got was Vagabonds by OrhueEghosasere. This is actually one of my anticipated reads for this year. I still haven't finished it. I've read the first, it's a collection of short stories by the way. I've read the first 2 stories and I have tabbed the life out of it already. Yeah, from what I've read so far, I'm really enjoying it. I especially like the first story in it because it makes reference to a lot of the Benin culture. Benin is my tribe by the way. So there will not be a mistake, there's Benin Republic, which is a country, and then there's Benin, which is a tribe in Nigeria. Technically it's the umbrella term is Edo, but in Edo, in the Edo tribe, there's Benin, there's Ishan, there's Isan. They are different tribes under it, but yeah, there's reference to Benin culture in the first story, which I really loved. And yeah, I'm enjoying this. I don't know when I'll finish it, but I'm enjoying it. The next book I got was Peter by OrhueEghosasere. Not read it. I just know that if it's the prequel to Pet. I've actually not even read Pet yet, but anyway, I was just trying to gather all OrhueEghosasere's books. So far I have all their books except You Made a Fool of Death with Your Beauty, because it's too expensive. Right now, initially it was 8.5, but right now it's 17.5 to get You Made a Fool of Death with Your Beauty in Nigeria. That's just the price of the book, 17.5. Please, I know I spend a lot on books, but I can't spend almost 20,000 naira on a single book. That's too much. So yeah, I'm not buying that one for now because I don't have money. So I only have You Made a Fool of Death with Your Beauty and their poetry collection and non-fiction memoir, I guess, Dear Santoran, and Trigger Warnings for Anything. Those are the only 3 books by OrhueEghosasere that I don't have physically. I have the others, and this is a thrifted second-hand copy, so it was really cheap, 2,000 naira cheap. is I do not come to you by chance. I actually really want to read this book for a really long time because I heard it's about Yahoo boys. But yeah, I got this. It was really cheap, so I'm really excited. I don't know when I'll read it, but I have it. Next book I got was Isn't It Romantic by Lisa K. Adams. So I have the first 3 books in this series, and this is I believe the 4th book. I have not read any of them. I recently started the very first book in the series, the Bromance Book Club. Wasn't enjoying it, so I DNF'd it, but because I already bought like all the books in the series, I'm going to go back again and try. Maybe I just wasn't in the mood for the book at that time. I'll try again because I already bought 4 books in the series and I hate book 1. That's not possible. So we're going to try again with this one. The erotic stories for Punjabi widows. I think I first heard about this book in like 2020 or 2021. I'm not sure right now, but it was kind of influenced by Bookstagram, and people who read it there, they really enjoyed it. They said it's funny and everything, so I was really interested in it, and I finally have my copy, so I can't wait to read it. Book Lovers by Emily Henry. This book I actually started with the digital copy, the ebook version first, because Aisha, that's the other Nigerian girl, I watched one of her videos where she read all Henry's book, and then I just felt like this would be the one out of all 3 that I would enjoy the most, and she was like, yeah, she can see me enjoying this one the most. So I got the ebook version and was reading it and was really enjoying it, and I just happened to be in the bookstore at the time while I was reading this, so I got myself a physical copy. Then I got The Upper World by Femi Fabuta. I honestly don't know what this is about. I just know it's a science fiction book. I actually got this thrifted, like second hand and everything, so it was really cheap. But yeah, I just know that this is a science fiction book by a Nigerian author, so that was like the only reason why I got it. I don't know what it's about. My Queen's book. This is Chintu by Jennifer Nasubuka. My Kumbi, my president, my queen, my sovereign, anything you want to call her, yes, call her. But yeah, this is Jennifer's debut novel. I read The First Woman in 2020, loved that book to death, and yeah, at this point I have all Jennifer's book. I have Manchester Happened, I have Chintu, and I have The First Woman. So soon I will be reading Chintu to see if I love it, which I'm sure I will. I love it as much as I loved The First Woman. Not An Ordinary Wonder. This one was influenced by Bookstagram. I think it was like in 2020 or so. There's this babe on Bookstagram. Her name is Sheila the Bookworm, that's the handle, and she read it and really loved it. This is a book about a trans Nigerian person. I guess the person is living in Nigeria. I don't know if they move outside the continent during the course of this book, but it's a coming of age story about a trans person in Nigeria. So I wanted to see what it's about. So I got This Monable Body and Nervous Condition. I can't pronounce the author's name, so let me just move it really close. Hopefully you guys will be able to see the name, but I think I don't know which country exactly. Okay, it's a Zimbabwean author. Yeah, so these books, initially I saw what's that word, Nervous Condition. It was a Twitter post. I don't know how, I just randomly found someone talking about how this Nervous Condition is such a book and it broke them, and it was magnificent. It was a magnificent book, an experience, something that everybody should read. And yeah, since then it has been on my radar, but initially I could only get this Monable Body by this author, so I got this one. So I just like, let me start with this. But along the way, during the course of the 6 months, I was able to get the first book too. So yeah, now I have both books. Against the Loveless World by Susan Abu Hawal. And yeah, I love this book, guys. Like, I love this book. I read it. It was one of my book club picks for this year, and we read it. I loved it. I had to get myself a physical copy because this book is too good for me not to own. Currently, I'm reading the author's other 2 books, or at least I've started one. I'm reading The Blue Between Sky and Sea, and when I finish that I'm going to read Moni's in Jenin. So yeah, I love this author now. I officially stand her, and because I was so inspired at the time while reading that book, I got The Beekeepers of Aleppo. Yeah, I believe this is also by an Arab author. Takes place in Syria, and yeah, I was inspired. I wanted to read more stories by Arab authors, so I got this. This is This Poison Hearts by Kaylin Brown. Yeah, I bought this book because it was cheap. Like, I have the author's other book, Cinderella is Dead. I started it. I'm not really enjoying it. Like, I'm not really enjoying it, but this one was really cheap because it's thrifted. So technically I got this before I read Cinderella is Dead, or at least started reading Cinderella is Dead in my defense. But while reading Cinderella is Dead, I can't say I'm enjoying it. So I don't know how this is going to happen. But from this babe, Sheila the Bookworm on Instagram, she has read both and she enjoyed this more than she enjoyed Cinderella is Dead. So I'm hoping I will have the same luck as her, since I already know that I don't like Cinderella is Dead. I hope I like this one. Of Bookstagram, Booktube, in fact the bookish community in general, a darling, a fave, forever fave, everybody loves, everybody and their mama has read, Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. So yeah, this book, when it came out, it was everywhere. It's still everywhere. Everybody loves it. TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, everybody loves it. We all know this, and because it's hyped, for the longest time I've been avoiding it. That was one of the reasons. The second reason is that it was never available in bookstores for me when I had money to buy, but it was available now, and it was on sale on the bookstores, so it was easy for me to get. Anyway, we have The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. People, I got was The Merciless Ones by Namina Fona. I can't wait for this thing to stop, for that car to stop making noise. So please, I'm sorry for the background noise. Think of it as what do they call this thing? ASMR. That's what they call it. Think of it as ASMR in the video. So anyway, I got this because I read the first book. I enjoyed it. The second book came out, so I did, and I really love the cover. I love the red edges. I love it. I have is Black Sun, and this is written, it's a collection of love stories by different black authors. We have Tiffany D. Jackson, we have Nick Stone, we have Angie Thomas, Nicola Yoon. Name them, you'll find them here. And yeah, I just got this because it's a romance book. I think, yeah, I wanted to read more black romance books, and this is a black romance short story collection with books from different authors. So I got it, and then I really loved I did not even know it had this when I was getting it, but I love it. My personal fave, Black Sun. So yes, this is one of my favorite books from last year, and I've finally been able to get myself a copy this year. So hopefully by next year I'll be able to get the second book in the series, and then the upper year I'll be able to get the final book in the series. But yeah, I have Black Sun, guys. Next I got was Stay With Me. I got this as a thrifted copies by Ayobami Adebayo. I've read this book like I think 2018 or 2019. I really enjoyed it. I wanted a physical copy because I plan on reading some of my favorite books, some of the books I really enjoyed before I joined the bookish community. The Flat Share, this is one of my favorite romance books of 2020. I loved it. So when I saw this is also a thrifted copy, when I got the opportunity to get myself a copy, I did not even blink. I immediately, without hesitation, switched. One of my favorite series of all time. I read this before I actually knew about the bookish community in general. Or no, it wasn't before. Yeah, it was before I knew about Bookstagram, Instagram, everything. This is the Daughter of Smoke and Bone trilogy. I love this series with my heart and soul. It is one of my favorite series. This one and the Raven Circle, like the Raven Boys Circle or whatever they call it, my two favorite series ever. I will forever love this series. They made me fall in love with YA fantasy books. Yeah, so this is a series that will always be special to me. So the next book I got is Delilah Green Doesn't Care. This is a romance book that has, this is a sapphic romance book. I really like the cover. End of story. And then when it came out, I was seeing it everywhere, so I was just like, it's available in Nigeria, you can get it. Kingdom of the Wicked by Kerry Maniskowski. Thrifted, it was cheap, I had money. What were you expecting me to do? Kata Witch by Nendi Okorafor. I honestly was supposed to get this one and the next book, Akata Warriors, but I only got my hand on Akata Witch because the Warrior one was already out of stock. So, oh well. Love Radio. This was also thrifted, although it wasn't really cheap. Like, the price was 5k, but I got it for 4,000, so it wasn't really cheap, but still it was thrifted. So Love Radio, I bought this because I think I just finished reading Honey and Spice at the time, and I was looking for more black romance, so I saw this and I was like, let's get it. First one we're going to talk about is one of my favorite books this year, God's Children Are Little Broken Things by Arinze Ifekandu. I read this book, I fell in love with short story collection. I just fell in love basically, and I needed to get myself a physical copy, so I did. You guys, please read God's Children Are Not Little Broken Things. It's a really good book. You will love it, I can guarantee. If you still end up hating it, I'm sorry, we just don't have the same taste, that's why. Don't blame me, blame your taste. Next I got is Delawed's Destiny by Tony Obaro. First of all, stunning cover. This cover is gorgeous, I love it. Yes, anyway, Delawed's Destiny, I bought because of Bookstagram. I think around the time before and after it came out, everybody was talking about it. It's a really good story. It has really good dread for growing up in a polygamous home, and yeah, it's about female friendship. It's about women, older women. I think they are in their 50s or 60s, I'm not really sure of the age, but yeah, and yeah, it's set to be a really good book, so I'm excited to read this. Then The Girl with the Loud Voice, which surprisingly is thrifted. I got this for, I can't remember, but it's like I think around 2.5, which is really cheap for hardback. Like, this is a steal in my opinion. But yeah, so The Girl with the Loud Voice, I've always wanted to read it, but it has the second cover. I don't really like the other cover, so I did not buy it for the longest time. And one day someone on Bookstagram was selling their books, and I saw it was this particular cover, so immediately, swiftly, with action, I moved to the DMs and purchased myself the book. The next we have is 7 Days in June. This is also one of my favorite romance books. Did I read this book this year? Yes, I read it this year. One of my favorite romance books this year. I absolutely loved it, and I'm so happy to have a copy. I initially thought I was going to get the paperback, which I wanted because then to be able to match with my other romance, because most of my romance books are paperbacks, but the hardback is still fine. And I got the can, and yes, I got this after watching a podcast, the Something Bookish podcast, where in the episode they're talking about women who kill. Basically, the episode was just talking about books with women killers, and this was one of the books there, and it just sounded so intriguing to me, so I got it. We have is Pleasant View by Celeste Mohammed. I read this book at the beginning of this year. It was a book club pick for my book club, Indulgent Bibliophile. I absolutely enjoyed it, loved everything about this book. So yeah, Tomorrow I Become a Woman. This one I also really enjoyed. Like, I really enjoyed this book. I listened to it on script. By the way, the narrator did a fantastic job. Really enjoyed it, so I had to get myself a physical copy. By the way, this book is signed by the author. I met the author at a K festival, and he graciously signed my copy for me. I have Honey and Spice. This is one of my favorite romance novels this year. I really enjoyed it. I love Malachi and Kiki. I love their vibe together. Yeah, I really enjoyed this, and especially the audiobook, because I think the narrator did a really fantastic job. So kudos to her. Read Honey and Spice. Next I got is When We Were Birds by Ayana Lloyd Banwo. This one is a Bookstagram. I bought this book because of Bookstagram. I buy a lot of books because of Bookstagram, honestly. But yeah, when it came out, there was a lot of hype around it. Everyone was reading it, or at least on my side of Bookstagram, everyone was reading it. So, and I really like the cover. The cover is stunning, so I got it. Pressing by Candice Carty Williams. This one I got it because I recently went to the bookstore. No, it's not recent, it's like over 2 months ago now. I went to the bookstore, Roving Heights in Lagos, and I met a bookstagrammer there. I've been talking about her, like I've mentioned her 2 times in this video already. Sheila the bookworm. And I asked her to recommend a book for me because I did not know what to buy, and she recommended this one, so I got it. I don't know what it's about. I've not even read Queenie, the first book by this author, but if I really like this one, I may end up buying Queenie. Bedtime by Frederick Buckman. So this author I read, and every day the way home gets longer and longer, which is a novella by this author about a person with Alzheimer's. I think it's told from the perspective of either the person with the Alzheimer's or their grandchild, one of them, I can't remember, but the writing was so beautiful, and yeah, it was just such beautiful, very short. I wish it was longer, but it was short, so I wanted more from this author. So I've been trying to get A Man Called Ove, but so far I've not been successful, but I stumbled on this one day like that, and I got it. So hopefully when A Man Called Ove comes, I'll also get that one, but for now we have Bedtime. Yes, that is the ending of this video. Thank you for watching with me so far, and I hope to see you in my next video. Yeah, so next year I don't think I'm going to be buying as much book as I bought this year, because I have a lot of books on my physical TBR now, like over 100 books. So next year, I'm not saying I'm going to enter a book buying ban or anything. I'm just going to try and control my buying, because I have more unread books than I have read on my shelf. So I want to try and balance it out at least. So yeah, that's it for me. I hope to see you guys next time. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, share, and all the good stuff. I'll see you next time, guys.